Welcome, citizen, to another StarCraft Nation broadcast. This is your host, Venerati. We're going to be finishing up the North American weekly tournament here in between Groove Train and Communism. These guys are battling it out for the Silver and Bronze Championship here. And guys, let me tell you what, I've been really impressed with this gameplay that we've seen in between the two. Communism just took the last game that we cast with a mothership, so I don't know how often you see a mothership used, especially in a tournament, but she definitely took those units in her embrace and drove Communism to victory, able to spread their dominion farther along. However, Groove Train is going to try to answer this call on the steps of war here, and we are going to see another mirror matchup as we are going to see PvP here. And no, yeah, for all you Warcraft kids, it's not what you're thinking. It's definitely Protoss on Protoss here. And last time we saw a great mirror in the production range, basically the technology tree, until very late in the game. The only thing that really set them apart was their robotics bay and how many gateways they chose to put up, as we did see both of them get warp gate technology. Groove Train had only stayed with 3 gateways, and Communism ended up with 5 gateways and a robotics bay. Both players using their observers to the fullest until the end, where we saw Groove Train really kind of drop the ball. But while I'm sitting here rambling on, we see Communism setting up a proxy base here. Now let's go ahead and see whether or not Groove Train sees this. No, he does not, as that scouting probe had come through here and tried to basically see what's going on in Communism base, and he see that there's nothing here, so he's going to definitely be suspecting something. And I'm surprised that we're not already seeing a Zealot coming up here. We actually do see him queue up a Zealot, and we do see him chrono boosting, so he's definitely expecting some sort of shenanigans from Communism, as we do have Communism who are doing a good job of setting this pylon way in the back, so it's very hard to access. And we have 2 gateways with another. We have the Zealot coming down. It is being chrono boosted. And we have the second Zealot coming down here, and it is also being chrono boosted. So right now they are basically racing to the trying to populate their armies as best as they can. And let's go take a look at the income tab real quick, as we do see Groove Train with an income advantage right now. So Communism really has to make this count, as he is not going. He's going to be focused on building up his army. So we are going to see this Zealot go down, and we do have 1 highly injured Zealot. So if he could sit here and hang back and let himself build up a force of some magnitude, as he has a lot of minerals right now. He's not continuing to produce, and he's not chrono boosting. And we come up here with Groove Train, and we have a 2-on-1 right now. So this Zealot is going to go down, even though this Zealot is highly injured. So this Zealot will be able to finish off this other Zealot right here, but he will not be able to kill this one. So Groove Train is in a really good position here if he can continue to just sit there and let Communism trickle in forces like that. Communism needs to build up, as he's chrono boosting both of his gateways right now, as we do see Groove Train is continuing to build probes right here, and we see a pylon coming down. And right now we're going to see the Zealot go down to these 2 Zealots right here, and we're going to see another 2-on-1 Zealot action. And these Zealots are going to be able to DPS that Zealot down before they take too much damage themselves. So now they're going to start chewing on this pylon. And Communism sits here, and he really needs to start queuing up these Zealots right there. He just queued up another one with the chrono boost. He needs to pull back and just allow himself to build a larger army, as this one is starting to take damage. He needs to micro this, pull this back, but he allowed it to take somewhat of damage. We see another Zealot being chrono boosted out by Groove Train, as they are trying to run the middle line, and I think that's really dangerous because there are too many probes right here. They're going to sustain too much damage to really keep their combat worthiness, as we do see several probes go down. However, these probes are just too numerous to really be stopped by these Zealots. So I really feel that Communism right now is not doing a good job of bottling up and creating an army too large for Groove Train to handle, as he needs to go ahead and destroy the army up front here and then try to kill his production buildings, making all these probes come off the line here. So Communism, we see the harvesters right here is 14-18, so it's pretty relatively close. So right now they're very even, but exactly dead on even for losses. But we see another 2-on-1 here with these Zealots. So we do see 1 Zealot go down that was in really bad shape. We do see another Zealot go down. So right now it's 1-on-1. However, this guy is 1 shot down on this other one. So if they sit there and duke it out, we are going to see him drop, as we're not seeing any micro here. And whoever really dedicates the most micro here is going to win this, as we see another 1-on-1. However, this guy does have 2 hits on him before this other Zealot engaged him, so he is going to go down as well. And Communism is just not really doing a good job of building up forces. We see dead even losses here as we see another Zealot go down. However, they're just not, there's no really definitive answer here as we're just seeing them go back and forth. So let's go and take a look at the production tab as we do see everyone chrono boosting stuff out here. And we do actually see warp gate technology coming on for Group Train. So Group Train able to utilize that higher economy right here. And Communism kind of in a really rough position right now because he really needs to get something going on here. He needs to build up more Zealots as we do see 4 Zealots on the field. However, we do see 4 Zealots on for Group Train, but Group Train is not able to get all of them deployed immediately. So this Zealot needs to move back. However, he does go down. So we do see 3 on 3, but that one Zealot does go down because he had already taken a lot of damage. And we see another slight micro as both those Zealots attack that one Communist Zealot there. And we're going to see this Zealot go down. So Communism right now has a 2 Zealot advantage. One has no shields. One of them is just pretty much dead on the doornail as is. And we do see that sentry go ahead and take it down. But the sentry looks like he's going to try to kite the Zealot as we do see another Zealot come on. And Communism, laughing it off, goes ahead and taps out, even though he did have 2 more Zealots on the field already. I guess he did not wish to persecute this any longer, but Group Train is able to best this semi-cheese proxy base by Communism, and he was able to do so by scouting. So once again, we see the high value of scouting, and of course one of the observers are just left right there. But so Group Train was able to really come out on top, I believe, because he scouted and he saw the early threat, and instead of teching directly to the cybernetics core and getting a stalker, he went ahead and started pumping out Zealots to confront the early pressure by Communism. So Communism ends up losing this. And just to let you guys know, Communism ended up losing the entire matchup here. I believe it was a 3-1 matchup. So Group Train ended up winning the best of bronze and silver. So congrats to Group Train. Once again, have to make a shout out to Incognito. Thank you so much for making all this happen. I'm sure everybody that's been in this tournament is really thankful for it. And we are going to be seeing more as the tournament will be starting here soon enough for the second round of the North American Weekly. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed what we had here, and there is definitely going to be more to come. So as always, citizens, stay safe.